Hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing good. So I'm going to take the ribs out of the oven now. So they've got, we had a little bit of foul up with the timer this morning. I came back in. I told my mom at about 1 hour, so we had 2 hours, about 8:15 this morning. Somehow the timer got changed, but I knew that the ribs were going to be done a couple minutes before 8:15. I'm just sort of looking in the oven now with the light on. They seem to be pretty well cooked. I'm hoping the oven didn't get turned off or anything, so it was just the timer. So I'm basically still on time for 3 hours. It's going to be in about 8 minutes. So, and the way they look now, they're darkened. They look pretty much fully cooked. So I'm going to take them out right now, and we're going to see how they look. So here's how they look. They're pretty darkened. Got a lot of that sort of cheesy, sort of crispy feel to them. So I'm just going to let them sit. I'm actually going to take these out on a plate, put these on a plate, and then let them sit, and then see about collecting some of the fat that's on there. So I can eat these in a little while. This one is a little bit darker than I'd like, but I'm just going to sort of deal. Whoa. No, it fell on the ground though. But this hook thing is...
Yeah, did it take the chip out?
No, it fell on the ground. I think it hit the stainless steel of this. Maybe I'll eat one of these too just to see how it tastes. These are crispy as well. I'll put one on another plate. And then the problem is you won't be able to collect as much fat with all this sort of this seasoning here. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, but we'll go try one of these. I'm going to get a soda to try it with and see how it tastes. This is the one that's a little bit darker. So I got all this seasoning here. I'm going to loosen this up, and I'm going to maybe set that aside so that it doesn't, so it stays kind of sort of loose in this pan here. I don't want it to harden and clump. And then that way I'll have, actually I'm going to drain this actually I think I'm going to leave it. I don't think it's going to harden anymore. But what I want to do is save all this as sort of a crunchy sort of seasoning that can go into something. I've got cold air coming in from outside, so this is going to cool down really fast. So what I'm just going to do is basically just keep sort of scraping this here until it cools. So I don't want it to clump. This is basically sort of extra sort of crispy kind of stuff here. And then what I'm going to do is set this here and have this rib over here and just see how this rib is. And see if I like the flavor of it. I'm gonna get a soda as well. Hopefully, either just basically a Coke or a Dr. Pepper.
She just decided it won't be years now. She cackled and said she hadn't been to Europe either. I wonder if next week is a trip to Europe. Yeah. But she needs to take this serious. There's so many ramifications. One, the security and safety of this nation. It's never right to come here illegally. But fentanyl has now increased by 300%. And that's not just affecting border cities. Every city in America is now having people die from the fentanyl that is being brought into this country because of the border, the cartels.
Get a knife as well. But I'm just going to start eating my hands here.
Everyone in America. And she's not
See how this does.
by her denying going there, denying the facts of what's happening, and not going to the place that she really should be.
I'm going to get my glass of ice.
That border is very large.
Why spend an hour or two? Absolutely.
I feel like I want to cut some off with a knife and fork, so that's actually what I'm going to do.
Mr. Minority Leader, COVID-19 showed
I'll probably use my hands to eat as well.
the Communist Chinese
going to see what a piece tastes like. This definitely has some of that darker charring, which I just sort of got to deal with a little bit.
We are the largest pork brand there, and we are a brand of China and for China. And the biggest asset
Wow, I've got good, nice color throughout this. You can see that.
of Conquest brands in China, it's real. Of China, for China. Last time I checked, Nike was an American company.
Yeah, you would think that. I wonder if Google would say the same thing. Right?
Tastes good. I want to see if I can get some of that flavor, that seasoning. Some of the rib flavor takes over so much. You don't get a lot of the buffalo seasoning. Some of this up here where it's sort of caked on a little bit more. Excuse me. It's become much more mild as it cooks in the oven, which is good. It ends up being very good. I got to separate a little bit of the meat on the ribs. Some of that sort of internal connective stuff I got to kind of... So overall pretty good. I don't know that it has a ton of the buffalo flavor. So I can't describe what it tastes like. I like it because it's not overly seasoned. But at the same time, sometimes when you eat like the chicken wings and stuff, with that buffalo seasoning, you expect like that overwhelming flavor. Excuse me, not overwhelming flavor, but like overwhelming buffalo seasoning. So you wonder if like, you know, it's the same, not that it's the same, but, you know, you think, you know, is it like, you know, but it ends up being good. You can see here, I can just try some of the seasoning. I'm going to put it away, Mom. Okay. Is something open? Oh, the refrigerator.
Reducing stress can reduce gray hairs. Researchers at Columbia University say time relaxation allows gray hairs to naturally grow darker again. Scientists say the change is only possible for a certain demographic before gray hair becomes inevitable with age. As for me, Will, and Pete, here's what we look like with gray hair. I didn't know this was coming up. I actually kind of like this. So, interesting.
I got a little piece of a bone in here. I gotta cut that out. Coming in there, I gotta put away the ribs, or not put away the ribs. Let the ribs sit. I'm put away the fat with the seasoning crumbles in there. I'm gonna mix them all together. My mom's going to make some toast. So anyway, I hope you're doing good, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.